Well, you know, these days we are all making videos, and obviously they are for good reasons. The last one was about the Ebola, and we hope that people found those Ebola videos useful, and that they were able to sort of orchestrate some kind of a national dialogue about the need to deal with the Ebola problem. But today I'm here for a different reason, and a reason that is also near and dear to my heart, like the Ebola issue, and probably more so because you know, I guess all our problems, this is really the root of the problem, and finding a way to deal with them will hopefully be able to give us the tools that we need to be able to deal with the Ebolas and many other diseases like it. But the question that I'm asking myself today, and thanks to Pastor Bajau and Pandirimbai for forcing me to do this, because apparently they want us to make a video of ourselves to talk about why we are in this struggle. A very important question, very critical. You know, and I appreciate it a lot because what it's doing is to not only for us to sensitize people about why we are doing this, engaging in this crazy stuff, but also to pretty much for our own sakes reflect on the reasons why we are here. And we, as part of the effort, they also attach it to a noble cause, which is what I'm so excited about also, and that is to get people to contribute to the GoFundMe account that's been set up, and it's up there, and we hope that people will be contributing to it. We'll be providing those links so that you all can help the struggle. We have some very good, credible people in charge of that account who will really make sure that they are accountable to the people, to you, the contributors, if should you contribute. But now back to the main point. Why am I in this struggle? That's a very, very good question, like I said, because you see, the reason why I'm in this struggle is for one simple fact, and that is I happen to have my own dreams. You can call me a dreamer, but I do. And the dreams that I have actually are inspired by things that I've seen and witnessed in my life, my own experiences. And those experiences, you can say, expand from the Gambia to the United States. When I was in the Gambia, the coup d'etat, when Yaya took over, I was in the Gambia. And I remember the excitement that we all felt. I did. I was excited about Jawara being removed from power, because most of us were not satisfied with the way we felt the PPP was running the country. And so when Yaya came to power, he was saying all the right things. We believed him. And along the way, obviously I was not a supporter in the true sense of going out there and batting for him. I never did that. But let me just say I was excited and I wanted him to succeed. But then somewhere along the way, something crazy happened. Killings that took place while I was there, with the November 11 or Colonel Caesar's death, all of those ones took place in my presence in the Gambia while I was there, during the time I was there. And I began to think, wait a minute, this is, you know, Jawara, you can call him whatever name you want to call him. I mean, you know, you can call him any name on the face of the planet. You know, we didn't see those things. Gambia didn't know about killings and those kinds of horrible human rights violations that we are seeing in the Gambia. And to me, that was a bad sign. And from that day on, from that moment on, every little idea I had or every excitement that I felt for this new, quote-unquote, new change really changed on that day. I began to think this is wrong. Something is wrong with this picture. And then I left the Gambia, I came to the United States. When the student demonstrations took place, I was here in the U.S. Obviously, during that time, I was raising my voice about the issues in the country and all that kind of stuff. But I began to really take a hard look at Yaya Jammeh and really get even much more active, instead of really limiting myself to complaining and going out there and talking to people about the human rights violations. I really began to think really serious action needs to be taken, because to me, that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. And since then, I've been very, very active in the struggle. Well, the reason for that is that, you see, when I came to the United States, I consider myself one of the, well, a very, very lucky person. You see, I'm from a very, 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 very poor family. And when I came to the United States, I got the opportunity to go to college and got my college education and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, work in corporate America. So, hey, I couldn't ask for anything better. So I'm really, really happy about that, and I thank the family that brought me here and all the people that made the difference in my life. Without them and without the help of God, I wouldn't be where I am today. But you see, those are the main reasons why also I think I cannot just sit back and say, you know what, I live in my comfort zone. I have, you know, I'm pretty comfortable. I can just sit here and forget about the Gambia. No. What I see in the United States, what I've felt in the United States, the opportunities that I have seen here, and the human rights and the democracy and the rule of law is what I want in the Gambia, and even better. The Gambia can be like that. We can be a developed nation. We can be a country of a people that have all the opportunities in the world, people who are finally respected all around the world, people who have their dignity intact. Yes, we can. I know we've lost all these things, and it seems quite normal nowadays, especially the ones that were born on the Yaya during the time of his regime. For them, what is going on in the Gambia is pretty much normal. Well, to them, I say this is not normal. What we have in the Gambia is wrong, is horrible. And so my dream is to fight, is to make sure we have a country where we can enjoy our freedom, we can enjoy justice for all, and where we can prosper. Where the only thing that's going to stop you from succeeding is your own lack of initiative, but nothing else. This is the kind of country that I envision. And for me, I want to fight tooth and nail to make sure we achieve that objective. Now, what that means is that we are not just fighting to remove Yaya Jammeh. No, that's not just the end of it. I want us to be able to establish a country in which multi-party democracy can function as vibrantly as it needs to, where opportunity can be there for all people, where nobody's rights will be violated in any form, shape, or fashion. A country in which we can all truly believe in. That's the kind of country that I have in mind. And I'm sure we can do it. I know we can. I have no doubt about that. If I had any doubts about that, even for 1 second, I would have walked away from this struggle. But the reason why I haven't, the reason why I keep fighting, is simply because I believe we can. I know we can, and we will. So, as we go through this journey, well, obviously, Gambians have a right to be cynical. Because obviously, as we all know, when Yaya Jammeh comes to power and he promises you everything and he fails you the way he has, every and every one of us has a right to be cynical. That cynicism is totally justified. But as we all go through this journey, I'm sure somewhere along the way we would be able to conquer our fears. We'll be able to convince each other that together we can, that we can deliver our country to that promised land. So what does that mean? That means let's work hard. Let's do everything we need to and get rid of Yaya Jammeh. And then have what I call a transitional period. During the transitional period, fix all the whatever you call it, that we have going on. Level the playing field for all. And then let's have a vibrant multi-party democratic system. When we achieve that on any given day, I, Banka Manneh, will pack up my things and walk away and move on to some more other exciting things. You see, I am not in this by choice. I just did not have I just feel I don't have a choice. See, others can walk away from the Gambia and pretend, we can't solve the problem, or say that's not my issue, or hey, I'm not from there if you are not from the Gambia, or whatsoever. For those of us who are from there, and for those of us who really have some core values and beliefs that we want to see established in that country, we just don't have a choice. This is the only hand we are dealt with. And so what we need to do, as far as I know, and I believe, is that we need to make the best of it. Let's take it and run with it. Let's do what we need to do with it. Let's not walk away from it. This is our responsibility. Nobody else's. Not Senegal's, Not America's, not United Kingdom's, not Europe's, not anybody's, but ours. And us and only us can be able to get this done. We are architects of our own future. Nobody's going to build it for us. That belief in the future and the belief that we can do it, and the belief that just by putting in place all the mechanisms, we will be able to get our country to where it needs to go. That is my driving motivation, and that's the fuel that really drives this engine. Every day I wake up, Gambia is what's on my mind. When I go to bed, Gambia is what's on my mind. Every day I get inspiration. I get it from the Gambians who are out there fighting every day to make sure Yaya Jammeh is gone and that we have democracy and the rule of law in the Gambia. You know, I can name a lot of them, but I'm not going to name names today because I'll be forgetting some. But they know themselves. They're out there. One of them actually nominated me for this video. But see, that's me right there, and that's what I believe. Nothing else. And I will not shrink one inch from that responsibility, no matter what. It's going to be hard, I know. It's going to be difficult. Make enemies along the way, a lot of them. But you know what? It's worth it. It should be worth it for each and every one of us. Because, you know, when it comes to country, nothing beats that. When it comes to country, it's worth everything that you and I can think of. So I'm hoping that while you're watching this video, that you remember that we are not in this because we enjoy being in it. That we are not in it because we just happen to think that, you know, this is exciting enough to be just part of something. Or we are not in it because of some other ulterior motivation. No. We have our core values and core beliefs. And those are our driving motivation. I know for me, that's what it is. And I'm sure for the others that I'm in the struggle with, that is what it is for them. So again, if I can just wrap up, I know the video is a little long now, about 12 minutes. Let me just simply say, I'm a dreamer. I have a dream. That dream is what I'm pursuing for my country, the Gambia. And I believe we will achieve that dream. You can take it to the bank. We will. And that dream is to create a Gambia that every Gambian can be proud of. A Gambia that is free, that is democratic, that has justice, the rule of law, and that is as economically vibrant as it needs to be. A Gambia that's going to reclaim, or I would say claim, its rightful position in the international community. Now that sounds like a lot of things, right? But you know, the good news is they can be achieved. And we can do it. And yes, we will. I have no doubt about it. This is why I wake up every morning and run around for the Gambia. And this is why I go to bed excited about running around for the Gambia. And for me, when that day finally comes, when we create that country, it will be the best day of my life. I can drop dead on that day and be on my deathbed smiling. Because I will know that we would have created a country that each and every one of us could be proud of, that we can leave to our children, that would be really, really proud of us. That right there is why I'm in this struggle. That right there is why I am fighting every day, despite the challenges. And let me just say, we will do it, and we'll get there, and we'll achieve it. No doubt about it. Thank you.